Dear students, good morning. Today we will study the poem The Walrus and the Carpenter, written by Lewis Carroll. What is this poem? Let's see. It is a very nice poem. It is a story. You have to understand it. I hope you will enjoy this poem. How the walrus and the carpenter are behaving cunningly with small oysters. Let's see. The sun was shining on the sea. First of all, in these paragraphs, in the beginning, the whole nature, the surroundings had been described. That which kind of nature, which kind of surroundings are there where this walrus and the carpenter are walking. Okay. The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all its might. Might means it is fully the sun is shining. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright. Now, what the sun is doing? The sun is shining very nicely, very brightly, and the sun is doing very best to make the billows. Billows means the large waves of the sea. It is making smooth and bright. Okay, when the sun is shining, you can see that the waves also shine. Next, and this was odd because it was the middle of the night. This is odd. The sun should not shine now and it should not give its reflection now because it is night time. Then who should be at the night time? It is the moon should shine brightly at the night time. Okay. Then what happens? The moon was shining sulkily. Sulkily means in a gloomy, poorly way because she thought the sun had got no business to be there. What the moon is saying that this is not the time for the sun to shine at present. After the day was done, after the day has been completed, if the day work has been done, then it is very rude of him, she said, to come and spoil the fun. Who is spoiling the fun? The sun is spoiling the fun of the moon. Then what happens? The sea was wet. Now we come to the description about the sea. The sea was wet as wet could be. The sands were dry as dry. The sun is also dry. The sands are also dry. The sea is wet. Let me repeat. The sea was wet as wet could be. The sands were dry as dry. You could not see a cloud. You could not see any cloud because there was no cloud in the sky. No birds were flying overhead. There were no birds to fly. So this is the nature's beauty, the surroundings. It has been described in the poem. Now come to the walrus and the carpenter. The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They both are walking. They wept like anything to see. They are weeping, they are crying to see. Such quantities of sand. What they are saying that so many sand, so much sand is there on the at the seashore. So they are crying that why this so much sand is there. If this were only cleared away, what the walrus is saying, that why not to clean all these sands? They said it would be grand, it would be superb thing that we have cleaned all this sand from the seashore. Then what they say, if 7 maids with 7 mops, what they are saying that if 7 servants with 7 mops, one mop will be given to them. 7 maid with 7 mops swept it for half a year. It means for 6 months also. If they will sweep on the seashore, then definitely they can clear all the sands. Do you suppose, the walrus said, that they could get it clear? I doubt it, the carpenter, and shed a bitter tear. What they are saying, that do you feel that they could clear all the sands from the shore? These 7 maid and with 7 mops, could they clear the sand? Then the carpenter said that I doubt whether I don't think that they would be able to clear the sand, and shed a bitter tear. Now he started crying. Then they came across the oysters. They saw some oysters. Oh, oysters, come and walk with us. The walrus did beseech. He is saying very anxiously. He is requesting them very anxiously. The walrus did beseech, a pleasant walk, a pleasant talk. Let us we should walk together. We will talk also very pleasantly along the briny beach. Briny means you can say some amount of salt is also there on the sand. So that is called as briny. Beach, on the seashore. We cannot do with more than four. Only four we can walk. To give a hand to each, so that we can help to each other. So who is requesting? The walrus is requesting the oysters to come along with them. Then what happened? The eldest oyster looked at him, but never a word he said. The eldest oyster, he saw these walrus and the carpenter. He is the eldest one, and the elder people understand that what is the intention of such cunning people. Why they are saying like this. So what he did not said any word. He understood that these two are cunning and they will definitely cheat them afterwards. The eldest oyster winked his eye. Winked his eye means one eye close ki usne. And to show to his small oysters, younger oysters, that don't go. And shook his heavy head. Meaning, what did he mean to say? He did not choose to leave the oyster bed. Means where, at which place they all are there, the oysters are there. What he said, that we should not leave this place and I will not come with you. In this way, the eldest oyster gave a, we can say, unko ek ishara diya. He gave him an hint not to go with this walrus and the carpenter. But four young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. They thought, why not? Let us go with this with this walrus and the carpenter. How many? Four. Four young oysters hurried up. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, they hadn't any feet. They were not having any feet. So it is humorously, it has told that their coats they cleaned, their faces were washed, and their shoes were neat and clean. They don't have feet, but then also they said that their shoes were neat and clean. Then four other oysters followed them, and yet another four. Now four are going, then another four also went behind them. And thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more. It means more and more all the oysters are coming now to join this walrus and the carpenter. Then what happened? All hopping through the frothy waves. All are hopping on these waves and scrambling to the shore. They all are scrambling to the shore. Then what happened? These all are moving with the walrus and the carpenter. The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile. They both are bigger, so they can walk through miles. And then they rested on a rock. They came and took a rest on a rock, conveniently low, and all the little oysters stood and waited in a row. All the oysters also very small, they came and they stood with them. Now the next part I will continue in the next video. Till that time you read the poem once again from your textbook. Thank you.